Helena Zeudi di Palma.
Ho capito. Ferica, ma perché piangi? Te lo giuro.
Ragazzi, l'orientamento è non mettere in bocca,
tu non difendi le donne neanche qui.
Ma che se ne frega?
Vediamo come possiamo risolvere questa cosa.
What happens when a reality TV romance turns into a worldwide movement? This is the story of Zelena, an unexpected connection inside the Italian Big Brother house that captured the heart of so many people all around the world. But what started as a seemingly innocent relationship quickly spiraled into something much bigger. Fights, betrayal, and a movement that took over social media. So how did two women in Italy shake the entire Sapphic world and beyond? And why is this story about so much more than just a reality TV romance? If you've never heard about Grande Fratello, you may be more familiar with Big Brother. Grande Fratello is the Italian version of Big Brother reality TV format. While the core concept remains the same, contestants living in a house together, constantly monitored with microphones and cameras, the Italian version has its own distinct character. Unlike the US version, which focuses more on competition and strategic gameplay, Grande Fratello places greater focus on relationships and interpersonal drama. Seasons typically run longer than their American cousin, which allows for deeper, more complex relationship developments, or just allow them to go completely crazy. But that's just my opinion. This 18th season of Grande Fratello started on September 16 and will end on March 31st of 2025. Now, let's introduce our two main characters of this story. Here we have Helena Priestess, a 34-year-old Brazilian model who has already done multiple TV shows. She entered the house in September, fell in love with Lorenzo, got rejected, got close to Javier, got friend-zoned multiple times. Despite these complicated events in her love life, she's known for her free-spirited nature and emotional expressiveness, bringing some fresh air to the house atmosphere. Helena quickly became a polarizing figure in the show and managed to gather a huge fan base from Brazil to Italy. But it was in December, with the arrival of Zeudi di Palma, 2021 Miss Italia, who would ultimately change the trajectory of Helena's journey and spark an international movement. Zeudi never shied away from talking about her sexuality. She doesn't label herself. As she said, she's just Zeudi di Palma. She's a 23-year-old with many talents. She tattoos, she plays the drum, she beatboxes, she studies sociology, and many more things. What began as a friendship between these two women would soon develop into something more complex, drawing attention not just from Italian viewers, but from the international LGBTQ+ community. Like most people nowadays, we started to see clips on social media of Helena and Zeudi together, and their chemistry made many people jump on the Zelena boat. Instead of just watching random videos of them on TikTok, people started following the stream that is on 24/7, watched puntadas, but also created spaces on X with speakers and translators. The movement started to organize itself. But before we go further, please take a seat, breathe in, breathe out, and let's all hold hands during this journey. Because trust me, this story ruined many lives. Ready? Let's go. Let's take all the major events from the beginning to understand what happened between Helena Priestess and Zeudi di Palma. December 20th, one of the first mention of a mutual attraction. From December 21st to the 28th.
Perché ho dolori muscolari.
Ce ne vuoi scegliere una?
Zeudi.
This is when one of the first mistakes was made, the now famous Alfonso kiss. where Zeudi and another contestant kissed under the pillows. Zeudi will later confess what happened to Helena, saying that it was to comfort him, that it didn't mean anything serious, and Helena reacted in a pretty neutral way, telling Z to leave what she had to leave. But things were not that easy. This event will be the beginning of the end, but we didn't know at the time. It's in December that more and more people from so many different countries started to watch the show, to comment, to observe every action, every word, every look from the two women. So when that kiss happened, the fans were pretty disappointed. However, after this event, Zeudi seemed to take some distance with Alfonso. But you have to keep in mind that in Italy, being touchy with other people is common in their culture. So they still maintain a proximity that might seem inappropriate in other cultures. For a moment, we thought things were coming back to normal. But unfortunately, the seed of doubt had been planted. Helena's trust took a big hit, and from there, it seemed like the relationship took many steps backward. January 5th is the day many fans got traumatized. Let me introduce you to the White Party. To summarize why people got mad at Helena, she was all over Javier. Tried to kiss him, ignored Zeudi, grabbed Jay's crotch. It was pretty bad. And I think this video summarized the party vibe.
Mi dispiace, però...
People were upset by the perceived disrespect in Helena's actions. This night was the first during which Zeudi decided to sleep in Chiara's bed. However, the next day, we witnessed a new roller coaster day. A very good start, then some confusion.
Non trovo un punto d'accordo e lei mi intimida con gli occhi, no? Poi dice che gli dà fastidio che io abbraccio Javier, secondo te? Sì, vero? Ma mi piace molto. Sono molto attratta da lui.
To a fight, to a make-up conversation, and finally, a night together. Trust me, if you were not following on the live stream, you saved yourself some grey hair. After the last make-up conversation, things improved, we were moving forward, slowly, for some people, but still forward. Except if you were paying attention to this type of behavior.
Però, perché vuoi andare a dormire al dondolo?
Perché non faccio questo.
And in that case, yeah, you were still on the emotional roller coaster ride. On January 13th, multiple major events happened. First, this conversation.
Sulle donne non ho risposto, ho detto c'è qualche donna che ti piace? Ho detto no.
Adesso c'è.
Sì, tu.
Anche tu mi piace.
Tu mi piace.
Anche tu mi piace, Zeudi.
Second, we saw a clip during Puttata from the White Party.
No.
Senti, come va con Helena?
Bene. In determinati momenti non sei stata proprio carina con me.
Va bene, Zeudi.
Perché all'inizio avevamo tanta foga di conoscerci e a un certo punto si è bloccato tutto. A un certo punto il nulla.
Questa cosa forzata che dobbiamo creare una connessione non esiste.
Io in realtà sento molto che per lei io sia stata una distrazione in un momento un po' cupo.
Tu forzi le cose con me.
Non voglio forzare.
Sì, te lo dico io. Non mi vuoi bene come un'amica. Devi essere più sincera con te stessa. Tu non sei sincera, secondo me.
Con me stessa?
Sì.
Da parte mia non è stata una distrazione sicuramente, perché io l'ho sentita.
Però lo devi ammettere, perché non c'è mai stato interesse nell'andare oltre un'amicizia nei miei confronti. C'è sempre stato ti vedo come una sorella, ti vedo come un'amica, è sempre stato così.
È sempre stato detto lasciamoci trasportare. Tutto sto trasporto l'ho sentito sempre solo da parte mia.
Io preferisco che non parliamo più di queste cose, di sentimenti, che lasciamo stare e che è veramente...
Io la sento in un modo diverso da Helena. Come lei forse non sente me.
Vai per la tua strada, io ci sono, ok?
Io credo anche che da parte di Helena ci sia tanta attrazione fisica nei confronti di Javier.
Dai, ridicolo. Ti si fa dai bacio sul collo. Dai, raga, ma stai in un circo.
Helena con me in generale. 2 settimane prima prova le farfalle nello stomaco per Javier, 2 settimane dopo mi bacia, quindi non capisco.
Non è che provo sentimento per lei, cioè io per Helena non mi fa né caldo né freddo, no, assolutamente.
E allora qual è il problema? Non c'è interesse.
Non c'è sentimento, cosa c'è?
Boh. Non lo so, sono un po' confusa Stefania io adesso.
No, io per niente.
Dai,
Stai creando un caso per qualcosa di
perché vuoi
inesistente.
parlarne?
Non perché sinceramente stai soffrendo, stai male.
Accompanied with this wonderful comment from Javier.
Che secondo me a Elena non piacciono le donne quanto piacciono a Zeudi.
We then witnessed one of the cutest moments ever between Zeudi and her mom, who is such a wonderful woman. No surprise she reads a human being with so many qualities. Anyway, Zay's mom praised Helena and their relationship, defending the flag, and on our side, we got the chance to discover a strong woman and a new life for the community. Unfortunately, this night is the one that would change everything for this relationship. After the clip from the White Party and the introduction of Zaudi's mom, Helena was left crying. To make this night even worse, the audience decided to get Helena eliminated after a violent incident that happened a few days earlier.
Puttana.
The story could have stopped there. Zeudi depressed for days, only living to talk about age. But have you realized how strong the queer community is? It's incredibly powerful. To this day, we don't know for sure if the elimination of Helena was rigged or not. We'll probably never know. However, the whole community got together and raised an army to fight back. They went after the sponsor, bought a billboard on Times Square, created hashtags and videos to bring awareness to the situation. They felt robbed. Helena and Zeudi were a very important representation on TV, especially in Italy. So if they could do anything to bring Helena back in the house, they would. And so they did. Helena got back in the house on January 23rd. But before that, out of nowhere, Zeudi and Javier got close. Somehow. Was it production intervention? Some signs could say yes, some no, and as always, we will probably never know. However, what we know is these facts. Zeudi and Javier talked in bed very late at night, started to flirt, and Helena was living in another space adjacent to the actual house. They were able to exchange a few words, but not for long. Our production would call them out. She was totally blind of what was happening in the house. During Puntata, H is asked to watch the video of J and Z getting close, which gave us a pretty awkward reunion between the three of them. But this is what she said before watching the clip.
Cioè, con quale sentimento entri nei confronti di Javier? Perché è importante.
Alfonso, tu sai, io sarò sincera e sia quello che Dio vuole. Io sono uscita da qua che lo pensavo tantissimo.
Sì.
Mi ha proprio mancato. È vero che mi ha messo sempre come seconda opzione, non mi ha mai detto chiaramente
Questo
se
è
qualcosa per me.
Sì.
E io non voglio più essere seconda opzione di nessuno. La prima opzione che lui mette con me è amicizia e io ho portato questo con me.
Lasciami dire che chi ti ha messo in prima linea è stata Zeudi, no?
Zeudi.
Per un certo periodo, perché poi l'abbiamo anche vista tra le braccia di Alfonso, però anche con Zeudi comunque c'è un rapporto affettivo molto forte tra di voi.
Molto forte. Io dentro di me ho sempre...
Siete anche baciate.
Questo.
Sì.
Io dico che il mio cuore è diviso in questo senso, però basta io capire cosa succede. Lei mi ha sempre guardato negli occhi e questo per me è tanto, cioè basta che ci guardiamo negli occhi e capiamo tutto, questo per me è tanto, capito? In più ci divertiamo tanto, ridiamo tanto in giro,
sì,
non lo so, mi
vede.
manca tantissimo, sono troppo contenta, Alfonso.
Ma poi tra l'altro lunedì sera ho visto che vi siete anche date un bacio attraverso l'oblò.
Sì, ci siamo visti, c'era tanta frenesia, tanta energia lì.
Hai voglia di ritrovarla, anche...
Tantissima, non so neanche gestire.
The host questioned Zaudi's feelings, but she reiterated that
La persona che mi piace qui dentro, da quando sono entrata, l'ho capito successivamente, è Helena.
which apparently is still very hard for the host to understand, even though Zeudi always said she wanted Helena. The community was on edge. How would H react to all of this? And for the surprise of many, she seemed pretty calm and happy to see Zeudi while keeping her distance with Jay. On the 25th, Helena and Zeudi try to have a conversation to clarify their feelings. As always, they do not capito each other. They say capito, but they don't capito. It's like, I don't know, they speak but they don't say stuff. The 26th was a shit show. We went from this.
Poi è stato un po' forte nei modi, troppo veloci, e lì ho messo il freno. Dal momento che ho messo il freno è iniziata a nascere una cosa ancora più bella, perché così ci conosciamo. Però è finita lì, quindi interrotto. Io dico che tra me e Zeudi è stata interrotta sta cosa.
Do this.
Diceva che io l'ho baciata. No, veniva ed era un momento difficile, pensavo ma empatia che sia, poi vicino ci siamo baciate, no?
While Zeudi decided to move on because Helena didn't seem interested, plus other people confirmed that H wasn't into women, but as always, Zeudi said no more. But still have this wonderful love declaration that anyone would like to get one day.
Helena, guardami un attimo.
Va bene.
E io vorrei dormire con te, vorrei scherzare con te, vorrei che tu mi baciassi, vorrei che tu mi abbracciassi, vorrei che tutte queste cose, perché a me fanno piacere, anzi io mi emoziono ancora di più di te, quello è il punto, io mi emoziono tanto quando tu lo fai. Ti guardo sempre, anche sia quando sei arrabbiata, sia quando soffri, sia quando... Io ti guardo sempre, anche stasera ti ho guardata tantissimo, ti prendevi in giro per stuzzicarti. Io ti ho guardata tanto, ti ho guardato quando hai reagito, ti sei andata a vestire, perché ti ho vista, quindi io ti vedo, perché io veramente ti osservo costantemente.
Lo so.
Honestly, would you kiss the girl after such a good conversation? I would, but no, Helena dodged the kiss. From there, I will save your time and energy and give you a quick summary of what happened. Helena said that bisexuality means being with two people at the same time. This may sound funny at first, but it is actually quite concerning to realize how little people are educated on sexuality. Zeudi mentioned she was monogamous, but Helena wouldn't hear it.
Una persona sono monogama, a me non piacciono i triangoli.
Javier kept playing with the girls, trying to always keep a clean image, but failed miserably in the eyes of the queer community. He seemed to want both girls at the same time, and no one had the courage to tell him that what he was doing was wrong. Zeudi, feeling rejected by Helena, pursued to get to know Javier. One night after he asked her multiple times to sleep in his bed, he tried to kiss her. She immediately got up and left him alone. Helena was dying of jealousy seeing them getting close during the day, and the community wondered, who is she jealous of? Does she want to take Zeudi's place or Javier's place? Doubts on Helena's feeling towards Zeudi were high on one side of the community. A real division started. On one side, the rowers, and on the other one, the zeudiners only. Around February, we discovered a new side from Helena. She started to be quite mean towards Zeudi, leading her to cry multiple times. As a result, Z put distance between her and Javier. Production was obviously pushing the love triangle between the three of them. Each puntata was a reason to push Helena to hate Zeudi a bit more, and to make Z look like the bad guy. While it takes two to tango, Javier was never portrayed as part of the problem when the host mentioned the situation. But I mean, he's just a guy, right? It's not his fault. Let's blame it on the confused woman. Grande Fratello really needs to learn a lot about how the world works nowadays. Javier and Helena seemed ready to follow the triangle path, while Zeudi, on the other hand, after days of suffering from H's behavior, decided to break the cycle and let Javier and Helena live their thing if they had a mutual interest.
Va bene stare con lui, per me va benissimo. Anzi, sono super felice, per questo vi ho detto, perché non vi mettete insieme? Perché sono super felice, capisci?
Grazie.
Remember, we're talking about a woman infatuated with H. She did what any grand love story tells us to do. If you really love them, let them go. And so she did. Not long after, Javier received a plane saying Brazil or nothing and spent 3 hours in confessional to finally kiss Helena. And they started a relationship from there. Hasn't been saying from the past 5 months that nothing would happen with Helena, that Helena was just a friend, that he was really into Zeudi if only she didn't say no multiple times. Yes, he said all of that, but I guess anyone can change his mind, right? Sorry, I'm not a fan of this type of behavior. From this moment, the Zelena ship died. Drawn, but not the community. Yes, people suffered, some people even cried over the situation. The feeling of treason. It wasn't the fact that Helena got with a man, it was the way things unraveled. They felt lied to, betrayed. Did Helena use them to go back in the house? Did she lie about her feelings for Zeudi? What was true, what wasn't? Did the community fall in love with the relationship only through Zeudi's eyes? Everyone had an opinion on this matter. But if only things had stopped there. The story would have been sad, but people could have moved on at some point. I believe that the real shift from the community from loving Zelena to only supporting Zeudi in the game was Helena's behavior once she got the man she wanted. We could have imagined that she would have been happy, full of light, enjoying her relationship, but no. She spent most of her time talking about Zeudi, insults and offensive comments.
Helena.
Ma stai calmo un
Helena,
cazzo!
no, non dire parolacce, Ele.
Ma che se ne frega, vaffanculo!
Ele.
Grazie Elena,
Sì, grazie un cazzo, sei sfila, sei insopportabile. È confusa.
E
Tu
di-
e tante
di
donne
rispettare anche
con la
lui?
tua scelta sessuale
Cosa?
devono comportarsi meglio in questo,
Che hai detto? Non
nel
ho
fare
capito.
questa cosa qua che stai facendo. Nel senso, tu
Non ho capito.
sai.
Invalidation of Zeudi's sexuality.
Un pochettino voleva fare delle storie per fare questo hype qua con le donne, e però secondo me a Zeudi non gli piacciono le donne, no.
Disrespectful behavior.
Cosa hai detto della mamma?
No, è un show, amore, questo è il suo ruolo di show di cosa.
Mi viene da dire che sì, hanno fatto un po' un show la mamma di Zeudi e Zeudi, perché se io vedo una Zeudi che dice una cosa e fa un'altra.
Ti vergogni? Non mi vergogno. Guarda, perché dici vergogna, Elena?
Perché
lo sai che era la brutta vergogna?
Eravamo
Helena heard Zeudi, yes, but she heard the entire community. Her words during a show watched by thousands of people were very harmful. Instead of helping the cause, she just normalized to say homophobic stuff on prime time. And what is even crazier is that she never apologized. How can a woman be so unsupportive of minorities and other women? I'm sure there are reasons we don't know about, but it became hard for a lot of people to defend Helena. While Helena was taking a new path, Zeudi kept following hers. She stayed true to her values and beliefs. As she said, she may lose in the game but win in life, and I truly believe she did. From 40,000 followers on Instagram to a growing community of 245,000 followers, Zeudi gathered people from all ages, genders, sexual orientations, and backgrounds, and from all over the world. All of this without even speaking English.
I feel you and you feel me.
She lost and won at the same time, as the community did too. Did the LGBTQ+ community got the sapphic love story they wanted? No, they didn't. However, they got the chance to discover a strong new member. Zeudi proved to many women that no matter how you look, where you come from, you can still like other women and not shy away from it. You can talk publicly about your sexuality or not if you prefer not to. You can be who you want to be, no matter your past. You can still be a great human being, even if life throws things at you. One of the many lessons she showed was that you shouldn't use your past as an excuse for your current behavior. We should all take ownership of our actions. We can all learn something from this 23-year-old woman. And I guess I'm not the only one wishing her all the best for the future. Whatever happens, Zeudi will remain with the community supporting and following her future projects. She became a real personality for the queer community by demonstrating dignity, kindness, honesty, and a huge strength through her choices during the whole show. Grazie per tutto, Zeudi.